If you're over 60 and under 5 feet 4 inches, your clothes are either helping you or quietly working against you. Because here's the truth, being petite isn't the problem. Wearing the wrong proportions is. In this video, we'll explore 8 timeless pieces that flatter shorter women beautifully, not by hiding your frame, but by highlighting it with intention and elegance. These are not trends. They're not gimmicks. They're carefully chosen shapes, lines, and silhouettes that work with your body, not against it. And you'll want to stay with me until the end, because tip number 7 is a true game changer for petite women, yet it's one of the most misunderstood items in the closet. So, if you're ready to look taller, sleeker, and more confident without changing your body, let's begin. Tip 1. Wrap dresses, the secret weapon for petite curves. There's one dress style many petite women over 60 shy away from. They're afraid it will show their tummy, or worse, make it look like you're trying too hard to dress up. But the truth? It's exactly the opposite. The wrap dress, with its gentle waist tie and diagonal cut across the body, is actually one of the most flattering pieces a petite woman can own. Why? Because those diagonal lines create a natural visual flow from the shoulders down to the hips, giving the illusion of length. And when it ties at the waist, the smallest part of your body, it reshapes your proportions, creating just the right amount of curve without being clingy. Of course, not every wrap dress works. The common mistakes? Choosing one with oversized prints, harsh contrasting colors, or a hemline that cuts off at mid-calf. All of these visually chop the body and make you look shorter. Another detail that makes all the difference is the neckline. Between a soft V-neck and a shallow scoop, the V-neck always wins for petites. It continues that vertical line downward, elongates the neck, slims the face, and makes the upper body look lighter and more graceful. I think of Linda, one of our community members, who once told me she avoided wrap dresses for years. She worried they would highlight her stomach or make her look older. But one day, she tried on a soft olive green wrap dress, V-neck, in a drapey fabric that tied gently at the waist. The result? She didn't just look taller and slimmer. Her whole expression lit up in a way no pair of old black trousers ever could. If you'd like to try one, here's a foolproof and elegant formula. A solid or small print wrap dress with a gentle V-neck, a hemline just below the knee, paired with nude sandals, a delicate necklace, and your favorite lipstick. Sometimes, elegance doesn't come from piling on details. It comes from choosing that one dress that quietly speaks for your figure. And if a dress can do that, just wait until you meet the perfect pair of high-waisted trousers, the piece that can instantly add inches to your legs. Tip 2. High-waisted pants, the petite woman's leg lengthening trick. This is one fashion secret petite women over 60 should never overlook, using high-waisted pants to reset your body's proportions. When the waistband sits high, almost right under the bust, the eye automatically reads your legs as longer and your torso as shorter, creating a much sleeker, more elegant silhouette. Some women even call this the 2 parts legs, 1 part torso effect. And if you're under 5 feet 1 inch, it can be a total game changer. But here's the catch. Not every pair of pants labeled high-waisted delivers that effect. The ideal pair sits just below the rib cage, gently holding the lower tummy without squeezing. The waistband should be smooth, no bulky belts, oversized pockets, or horizontal seams that break up your shape. The hips and seat should fit comfortably, neither too tight nor too loose. And the fabric? Structured enough to hold its shape, not too flimsy, not too heavy, and definitely not wrinkle-prone. To really see the difference, imagine the same woman at 5 feet 1 inch. In a mid-rise pant with the waistband sitting just above the navel, her body is visually cut in half. She looks shorter, her proportions compressed. Now put her in true high-waisted pants. Suddenly her legs appear longer, the eye is drawn downward, and she looks instantly taller, without even putting on heels. So how do you style them? Pair them with a lightweight blouse in a drapey fabric tucked in fully or just at the front. You could also go with a slim knit top that's fitted but not too long. For shoes, pointy-toe flats or low-block heel sandals in a shade that matches your pants or blends with your skin tone work best. Avoid shoes in starkly contrasting colors. They interrupt that long visual line you've just created. It's this combination, high waist, tidy top, tonal shoes that forms one continuous line from shoulder to toe. And that's what gives you height in the most subtle, graceful way. Once you've mastered the lower half, it's time to turn our attention upward, because the neckline you choose can be just as transformative. Let's see what happens when you swap a round neck for a soft V. Tip 3. V-necks and asymmetrical necklines. Slimming your top half with style. Now that you've elongated your lower half with high-waisted pants or skirts, it's time to balance the top. And here's where necklines play a starring role. A simple V-neck is one of the most flattering choices for petite women. Just a modest V is enough to lengthen the neck, slim the face, and make the upper body look lighter and more graceful. The V naturally guides the eye downward, creating that seamless visual flow that makes you appear taller and sleeker, without changing a thing about your body. But you don't have to stop at the classic V. Another beautiful option is the asymmetrical neckline. Whether it's a softly slanted cut or a one-shoulder style, this neckline breaks up those harsh horizontal lines that can make the torso look short and wide. It adds a modern twist, interesting without being fussy, and gives you an air of elegance that feels fresh yet timeless. Of course, some necklines work against you. Wide round necks can broaden the shoulders and shorten the neck. Boat necks often exaggerate width without adding depth. And anything too high or too tight around the collar can make the upper half look heavy and boxy, the exact opposite of the lightness you want. Accessories can enhance the effect. With a V-neck, a delicate pendant or teardrop-shaped necklace will continue that vertical line. With an asymmetrical cut, you often don't need a necklace at all. Just a pair of long, graceful earrings can be the perfect finishing touch. And here's the best part. You don't have to lose weight or change your body to look slimmer and more youthful. Choosing the right neckline does that work for you, easily, instantly, and elegantly. And now that your top half feels lighter and more balanced, it's the perfect moment to bring in a piece that can shape your entire silhouette, the high-waisted pencil skirt. Tip 4. High-waisted pencil skirts, sleek, structured, and so sophisticated. The high-waisted pencil skirt is one of the most refined and effective pieces a petite woman over 60 can wear. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't chase trends. Yet it quietly sculpts the figure in a way that feels lasting and effortless. The high waist resets your proportions, drawing the eye upward while making the legs look longer. The gentle vertical fit skims the body, keeping the look elegant but never stiff. With its clean, deliberate design, this skirt delivers polish, maturity, and that sense of poise that only comes with experience. Length is the detail that makes or breaks it. The ideal hem should stop just below the knee or at mid-calf. Any shorter, and it cuts the legs, making you look smaller. Any longer, especially in a stiff fabric, and the skirt starts to feel heavy, losing the graceful flow you want. Fabric matters too. Skip stiff, non-stretchy materials that restrict your stride and leave you self-conscious. Instead, look for cotton blends with a touch of spandex or a medium-weight knit. These hold their shape while letting you move comfortably and naturally. Styling is refreshingly simple. Pair the pencil skirt with a V-neck top or a light blouse, neatly tucked in. Add nude shoes with a modest 1 to 2 inch heel. Just enough lift to elongate without tiring your feet. The result is a look that's modern, elegant, and versatile enough for everything from a casual workday to an afternoon tea with friends. And once you've gotten comfortable with a skirt this sleek and structured, imagine what happens when you slip into pants that add movement while still lengthening your legs. Pants that make you look taller, yet let you feel free with every step. Tip 5. Flared pants. Drama that works for petites. After the sleek structure of a pencil skirt, let's shift to something that feels freer, softer, and full of movement, yet still incredibly effective at adding height to a petite frame. Enter the flared pant. For many shorter women, flares can feel intimidating. Maybe you've worried they'd swallow your shape, or that wide legs would only make you look smaller. But the truth is, when they're cut to the right proportions, flared pants can work wonders. They lengthen the legs, balance the body, and give you that extra lift, naturally, effortlessly. The secret is in the flare itself. The ideal shape begins just at the knee, opening gradually toward the hem, enough to create graceful movement, but not so wide that it overwhelms your frame. If you're under 5 feet 3 inches, overly dramatic flares can drown you, making it look like the pants are wearing you instead of the other way around. Length matters just as much. The hem should almost graze the ground, skimming over your shoes so that only the tips peek through. That's what creates one continuous vertical line from hip to toe, the kind of line that makes your legs look longer without the need for sky-high heels. Compared to straight leg pants, flares bring a different kind of magic. Straight legs are neat and structured, but they can feel a little rigid. Flares, on the other hand, add lightness, fluidity, and visual depth. That gentle widening from the knee down draws the eye along the length of your legs, giving petite women a subtle but undeniable advantage. The right pair of flared pants doesn't just make you look taller, it makes every step feel more graceful, more confident, more alive. And if flared pants embody freedom in motion, the next piece proves you can still keep things easy and relaxed while staying polished and flattering. Let's talk about the belted shirt dress with its soft waist tie and elegant row of buttons. Tip 6. Shirt dresses with belts. Casual elegance that elongates. For those days when you want to look put together without overthinking, the shirt dress, especially with a belt, is the perfect choice. And for petite women, it's a piece that's both comfortable and refined, with the bonus of making you look taller without even trying. Its first strength lies in the row of buttons running straight down from collar to hem. That vertical line naturally divides the body lengthwise, creating the illusion of height and a sleeker frame. No clingy fabrics required. The second and most powerful detail is the belt. Just a simple tie or slim belt in the same color as the dress, lightly cinched at your natural waist, is enough to redefine your proportions. What was once a loose silhouette now has structure, giving you shape, polish, and femininity in one easy move. Fabric makes all the difference. Look for materials with a soft drape, not too thin, not stiff, but with just enough flow to fall naturally. Cotton blends with rayon, viscose, or a soft poplin are perfect. They hold the dress's shape while keeping it light and graceful. And the styling? Keep it simple. Nude flats or easy backless mules paired with understated earrings are all you need to complete the look. Effortless, elegant, and comfortable all at once. The shirt dress proves that you don't have to sacrifice comfort to look polished. When the details are right, a vertical button line, a belt at the waist, and fabric that moves with you, everything else falls naturally into place. And while the shirt dress is the companion for easy, relaxed days, the next piece is made for when you want to make an instant impression. The monochrome jumpsuit, sleek and unbroken from shoulder to toe, flattering, and surprisingly easy to wear. Tip 7. Solid jumpsuits, the easiest head-to-toe optical illusion. The jumpsuit is one of fashion's simplest designs, but for petite women over 60, it carries a powerful secret. With the right cut and in a solid color, it can make you look taller, slimmer, and more streamlined, all in one piece. A solid colored jumpsuit, free of prints or color blocks, creates one continuous line from shoulder to hem. No interruptions, no visual breaks. That unbroken flow is what makes the jumpsuit one of the easiest optical illusions for a petite frame. But for this magic to work, fabric and cut matter. The fabric should drape softly as you move, but still have enough structure to hold its shape. Too stiff, and it looks boxy. Too thin, and it clings where you don't want it to. Choose a fabric that skims the body instead of gripping it. The waist is just as important. A well-cut jumpsuit always defines the waistline, whether with a slim fabric belt in the same color or a subtle seam at your natural waist. Skip drawstring waists or ties that sit too high. They throw off your proportions and can make you look shorter. When it comes to color, refined neutrals are your best friends. Think navy, forest green, charcoal, camel, or taupe. These shades not only lengthen your silhouette, but also bring out a fresh, elegant glow in women over 60. The beauty of a jumpsuit is its simplicity. No layering, no tucking, no fuss. Slip it on, add shoes in a matching tone, small earrings, and carry yourself with confidence. And you've got an outfit that's modern, chic, and perfectly flattering. The jumpsuit proves you don't have to overcomplicate things to look taller. Sometimes one simple choice, wearing a single color head to toe, is all it takes. And once you've created that seamless line from shoulder to shoe, the last thing you want is to break it at your feet. Which brings us to the next, and very important, detail. the shoes you choose. Tip 8. Shoes that add height without screaming for attention. After carefully building your look from head to toe, the seamless jumpsuit, the belted shirt dress, the high-waisted pants, or the pencil skirt, the shoes you choose are the final piece. And for petite women, that last detail can quietly lift you up or unintentionally bring you down. The first thing to pay attention to is the toe shape. A pointed toe shoe will always elongate the leg visually. Even just a subtle point that extends forward creates a lighter, more graceful look. Whether the heel is high or low, the pointed shape gives you length without effort or discomfort. Next is color. Nude shoes, in a shade close to your skin tone, are perfect for creating that seamless flow when you're wearing dresses or jumpsuits. With pants, especially longer ones, match your shoes to the color of the fabric. Both approaches prevent the ankle break effect and keep your whole silhouette looking long and unbroken. Heel height matters too, but it doesn't have to be extreme. You don't need sky-high stilettos to gain height. The sweet spot is usually between 1 and 2 inches, just enough lift to give you elegance and support while staying comfortable all day. That said, some styles, no matter how trendy, work against a petite frame. Ankle strap sandals, for example, cut across the leg and visually shorten it. Heavy, chunky soles can overwhelm a smaller frame, and shoes in colors that sharply contrast with your pants or your skin can interrupt the smooth vertical line you've worked so hard to create. One simple but powerful tip: always check your shoes in a full-length mirror. Don't just look at your feet, look at the entire outfit. Do the shoes blend seamlessly into your look, helping you appear taller and more polished? Or do they stop the eye and break the flow? Because the right shoe for a petite woman over 60 doesn't need to shout for attention. It only needs to support the overall look, making each step feel lighter, steadier, and yes, just a little taller. And once you've chosen clothes that flatter and shoes that finish the look, there's still one last piece of the puzzle. It's the common mistakes petite women make, little habits that seem harmless but can throw off the whole effect. And that's exactly what we'll cover in the final section. Tip 9. Common mistakes petite women 60 should avoid. By now, you know how to choose pieces that flatter, colors that elongate, and outfits that create one seamless line from head to toe. But there's one last thing we need to cover: the common mistakes petite women over 60 often make. Even with the best intentions, these habits can quietly undo all your efforts. The first mistake is wearing oversized clothing without structure. Big blazers, shapeless dresses, or slouchy tops may look chic on the runway, but on a petite frame, they can swallow you whole. Without a belt to define the waist or a clean shoulder line, your shape disappears, and it looks like the clothes are wearing you instead of the other way around. The second mistake is choosing the wrong length for cropped pants or midi skirts. When hems stop at mid-calf, or worse, at the widest part of the leg, they break your line and make you appear shorter and heavier. The effect is even harsher when paired with chunky shoes or ankle straps. The third mistake is going too big with accessories. Oversized necklaces, statement earrings, or large handbags can overpower a petite frame. Instead of elevating you, they dominate the look, leaving you as the background rather than the focus. For petite, accessories work best when they're delicate, refined, and proportionate. And the last mistake, one of the most common, is skipping the tuck. Leaving tops hanging loose over your body hides the most important point of proportion: your waistline. Without that definition, even high-waisted pants or skirts lose their effect, and your legs look shorter than they really are. The good news? Every one of these mistakes is easy to fix, instantly. No shopping spree required. Just a little more awareness, a little more intention, and you'll see a huge difference in how your outfits come together. When you avoid these pitfalls and combine the right shapes, lengths, colors, accessories, and shoes, you're not just dressing well, you're owning your style. Quietly, gracefully, and with real confidence. Because fashion for petite women over 60 isn't about becoming someone else. It's about choosing what makes you look like the very best version of yourself: taller, lighter, more confident, and completely at ease in the body you already have. There's something no one ever tells petite women over 60. It's not that you've been dressing wrong. It's that no one ever showed you how to dress right for your frame. But now you have the tools. From wrap dresses that highlight your waist to high-waisted pants that reset your proportions, from V-necklines that lengthen the upper body to seamless jumpsuits and shoes that lift you subtly. You also know what to avoid. Middies that hit at the wrong spot, oversized tops with no structure, bulky accessories, or shoes that chop the leg in half. And here's the most important part. You don't need to change your height. You only need to choose pieces that bring out the best in you. Not to hide, but to reveal. Not to keep up with anyone else, but to reconnect with the beauty that's always been yours. Because when you dress with self-knowledge, intention, and confidence, your proportions look balanced, your presence feels brighter, and your beauty becomes deeper, unforgettable. If this video gave you a spark of inspiration, tap the like button, share it with a friend who's also finding her way back to her style, and subscribe so we can keep walking this journey of dressing well and living beautifully at every age. You don't need to be taller. You just need to dress in a way that lifts you up.